Hello again once more, YouTube. My name is Mighty Grimlock, as you probably already know by watching this, and this is the finale of my Fall of Cybertron Bruticus series that I've been doing. So, this is the last piece. Like I've mentioned in some of my other videos, I'm not going to show you the transformation into their arm and leg and torso modes because they're a bit fiddly and they'll probably just show me up to be a right twat, to be fair, so I've left those out. Right, basically I've transformed everything and I'm going to combine them for you, and then I'll sort of show you the weapons as well, and I think you'll all agree that the Bruticus is well worth having in your collection because he's pretty cool, to be fair. I really like him. So we'll start off with Onslaught in probably his best mode. Here he is in his torso mode, and he looks pretty nice. I like him. I like the cod piece actually comes and like works on this one, whereas when he's in his normal vehicle mode and robot mode, it just kind of gets in the way and looks a bit shit. And he's got a really nice head. I know you're probably supposed to stay with the head till the end, but I really like that head. It's kind of like Optimus Prime with a Mohican, and it looks cool. Nice paint apps. Nice little yellow eyes. A bit of light piping would have been appreciated, but you can't have everything, can you? And he looks pretty cool. Just to slightly go into a bit of detail about his transformation. The legs are done exactly the same as they are in sort of vehicle mode. And his arms, you can see, are holding onto these pegs at the back. So you just sort of, you have his arms in standard mode, and then you just fold them back, and they hold onto some pegs that are on the back there. Then you just flip his head round, and then you have Bruticus' torso, which is pretty cool. Right, we'll probably start off by doing the legs, I suppose. Here's Swindle in leg mode. Very, very similar to his car mode, except you keep his feet out from robot form, and you peg his sort of lion's mane bit that I called it in one of my other videos into some different sets of holes. And yes, I do know, I think I probably put them in the wrong holes in the original video, but it still worked anyway. So there he is. What that does is obviously it brings this bit forwards, this bit forwards, and gives him more of a shin pad look. So his pegs there, and let me just quickly refer to the official layout for Swindle. Where does he go? He's number 4. So he goes on the right hand leg. So basically there's this connector peg. Now these pegs and these ports, the pegs are obviously just rock solid plastic, the ports are slightly less so, and they do feel sometimes like you've got to put a lot of force on them to put them together, and they feel like they could break sometimes, so you really need to get like a good position on it, and I've already not done that. I get a good hold, which is a bit tricky, so I'm going to try and do this for you now. You just really basically have to push as hard as you can. And you do feel like you're going to break it when you do that. But there we go, there's his first leg. Gives you an idea of his height. He's going to be a big lad. I do like me big lads. That totally came out wrong. I'm happily married, thank you very much. Fucking hell. You can tell it's getting late at night when I start saying stupid things like that. Next round we have is Brawl. I'm moving swiftly on. We have Brawl in his leg mode. Which doesn't look too much from the front or in the side. I really quite like it. It's kind of like he's sort of like wearing cricket pads, I suppose. I do quite like that. The top of his tank turret becomes like the actual base of his foot. The rest of him is basically just vehicle mode. You just turn him round, and then there's 2 little pegs on the guns which peg into, these were the boosters. If you can see them in there, they were the boosters on the back of his tank, and they sort of peg together, and it gives him kind of like a cricket pad effect. So that's going to go on the other side here, so we'll just pop that in here. Again, you do have to use a lot of force on these, and it is slightly concerning. There we go. Right, so now we have Bruticus' legs. Excuse me, one of Swindle's arms has come out. I don't think I've done that right, but never mind. There we go, Bruticus' legs. So the next thing we're going to do is his arms, obviously, because that's what comes after. I'm going to start with Blast Off. So here's Blast Off in his arm mode. Most of it, you can see here, is just the shuttle mode. All you do is you take the legs, split them in half, and then inside there you can see the spare thumb, because if you want to have him on the other side you get reverse his hand, which I think is a really, really cool feature. I do like that. You just sort of join them together with that little tab in the middle there, and then you've got a nice big arm. I know a lot of people have got problems with Bruticus's various appendages, but I think they all work. I do like them. There we go. So we now have an arm. It's, to be fair, it probably is a bit of a hulking great gorilla arm, but I think it kind of fits in. It looks pretty cool. And then the final part is Vortex. Now this is probably the most involved of the transformations. He has like a hidden piece here which you sort of pull out, and that lets you, you know, give him quite a bit of articulation on his forearm and elbow there, which is pretty cool. He has probably one of the worst hands, but I use him as a hand because it's the official configuration. I can't be asked to do anything else. So again, we'll get the port there. I'll just pop that in. So much force. Oof. I do worry about those. You know, if one of them snapped, you'd be knackered. And there we have Bruticus in his almost full form. The only thing that we have left to do now is these two little bits here, these cheeky bits. They flip up. Not entirely sure why, but they do. They kind of look a bit shit, to be fair, but they're attached to the arm well wheel thing, so if you get them right, they look pretty cool. I like that. So there you go. That's Bruticus in his official combination. Obviously, if you're playing the game and you wanted to use a shield, you just open out his rotor blades and have that on, which I think that's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, I do like him. So I'll quickly show you his weapon. Now there's a couple of different combinations for this. I don't use the official combination because it starts with Onslaught's gun, and I much prefer to actually have Onslaught's gun. You can see here there's two little holes here. On the back of Bruticus, which is entirely hollow, and Onslaught's head, there's two pegs, one there, one there. What you can do is you take the two slightly wider peg holes, sorry, and you just peg them over the pegs like that, and then you get that. And I think that looks a lot better. So that's not the official configuration, but obviously it's there, so it lets you do it, and it totally covers up his back as well, which for me looks much nicer. Excuse me. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Now his weapons you can do in a number of ways, none of which I can actually remember right now, so I'm just going to sort of wing it. Starting with Swindle's weapon, you get Brawl's weapon. There's a little tab on the back, a little hole there, so you just pop those two together like so, and they line up pretty cool. And just turn in. Actually, it's quite a nice big gun as it is. Then you've got how am I going to do this? I suppose you could have. No, I won't go there. So maybe something like that. There's loads of different ways of doing it, actually. With Vortex's guns. Or, oh no, I remember how to do it now. Yeah, right, basically, Blastoff's cannons, you plug the end of Vortex's gun in like that. Took me a while to think about that. I really should do a bit of research before I start these. Same with that one. And then they should peg on somewhere. That's right. Done that upside down though. There is a hole down here which will peg onto the sides of Swindle's guns. And like I say, this isn't the official configuration, but it's the one that I tend to go for because I think it looks better. And then I can use Onslaught's one on there. So there you're left with this sort of thing, which is kind of like a double bayoneted rifle, I suppose. We'll just pop that in his hand. We'll make him right-handed. And there you have, just get that back, Bruticus with his massive gun. it kind of looks a bit like a crutch, I suppose, because it almost touches the floor when he stood up, which is somewhat of a shame. Worse so if you use Onslaught's one. But yeah, there he is in all his glory, and I think he's splendid. I really, really like him. I think he's probably one of the best combiners I've had for a long time. You know, the Energon ones were iffy, to say the least. And the Power Core combiners, the less said about them, the better. Yeah, I think Bruticus is pretty cool. As a size comparison, I should just show you him with my Voyager Grimlock. There he is. So yeah, he's rather large, as you can see. I think he's fantastic, and he's definitely worth a place in your collection, even if you're not keen on the individual bots, which of some of them I'm not. Onslaught could do without. Brawl could take or leave. I'd like to repaint a Brawl, to be fair. He's a bit too green for me, but the rest of them I think fit in really nice. So yeah, there you go. There's no kibble on him whatsoever. If you keep the gun on there, you can't see his open chest cavity, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so there you go. There he is. Finally, Generations Fall of Cybertron Bruticus. What a magnificent beast. So this has been Mighty Grimlock, and if you've enjoyed any of my videos at all, just spinning vortexes. Can't help yourself, can you? Can't help yourself. Ooh, that's nice. It's almost like a good ratchet. Again, that came out sounding rubbish. Must think before speaking. Anyway, yeah, if you've enjoyed any of my videos, please comment down below, and I will speak to you all again soon. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.
My girl, don't lie to me. Tell me, where did you sleep last night? Come on, tell me, baby. In the pond, where the sun don't ever shine. I was shivering all night through. My girl,